Good afternoon or good evening, depending on where you are in the world. Hello, everybody. In my previous build of this bowl sander, there were a couple of questions on how I assembled the top piece. I looked through all the footage and I realized I didn't have that anymore, so I'm re-recording it now. And I'm going to disassemble the whole thing so that there's no question involved on how it's assembled. And there is a small caveat as to how that was held on. So in the previous video, this whole thing was gone over on how I built it, and just pretty much a hex nut with a knob. So that's tightened, and I turned the handle, and plans for this particular top part is on previous video, so I'm not going to go over that. So I'm just going to go over briefly on the assembly of the top here. What I do is I use washers. The washers is also on the previous video, having links to where I got them. They're on Amazon, but the exact model of it. These bearings are for RS. And this thing is also referenced in the previous video, so I'm not going to go over on what it is, but you can watch the video and get the exact one that I have here. The question came about is, also I put a washer in between this and the bearing is because I find the inner part move smoother versus if I just drop the bearing in here without the washer. And I forgot, let's see, when I am sanding this, I would like to sand it this way, and the bowl is coming around, so I like the knob on this side, so therefore I would prefer to go this way. You can flip it over in any way you want, there's no reason why. And the question came about is, how is this thing getting held on by this? And the simple answer to that is by this nut. This is a hex nut that I purchased. I have a bunch of, and it is 5/16 with a thread count of 18. The second number is not really important. It's 5/16 is the important part. In the 5/16, the whole of this just have a very good contact with the shaft of the sanding. And what I did was I drilled a hole and I bought a bunch of set screw. I'm going to exclude telling you what size this is because I actually don't know. It's been a while since I did it. All you have to remember is basically whatever set screw, it will tell you what thread it needs, and you just need the same tap to tap the hole. So secure the nut onto a vise, drill a hole, and then tap it. See? And from there, you just put it on here. I usually leave just a little bit of room so that it's not seated all the way down, because what I found is if you seat it all the way down, it prevents this thing from spinning really easily. But now, as you can see, there is some wiggle room on this. I hope I am not going off camera. I'm actually using a different camera today because some audio difficulty. So that's how this thing is held on. Hopefully that helps everybody. Have a good evening.